Welcome to Dark Sorcery. I'm Alfredo Martinez, and I have with me once again the one and only Cris Blakk. Cris, it's good to have you back on.
What's up? How's everybody doing? What's going on, Alfredo?
I'm doing great. And today we're going to be talking about the Orishas, and this is going to be very interesting because it's a subject that really we haven't really touched on this channel. Now, originally, this came from the Yoruba tribe in Africa, right? And then
Yoruba is right. The originator. Yeah. It actually. This is the thing, though. When we always talking about ancient stuff, it always goes back further and further. So it's like there's a mix, because they still, the fact that there's a large audience arguing whether the Orisha are older than Kemet, older than Egypt, or which one's older. And the truth is, it doesn't really matter because when you line it up, both align with each other. They align. Everything aligns. When you learn, when you see all the attributes of all the magic, it leads you to wonder where it came from. When you study that, but you got to be involved. You got to be involved with that type of magic. And so, you're studying that magic, and soon eventually you learn to pick up on these things where you see in other religions, so that you realize there's a giant corridor that nobody knows about. And when you talk about it, sometimes people from the religions, they get really offended. So before we go on, I would just want to say, in the name of Jesus. The reason why I'm joking is because, man, people get really mad. So everybody out there, don't get mad at me.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this because
also the fact that we're going to be talking about the saints and how they connect and are correspond with certain Orishas, and we'll explain the history of all that.
There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules in this stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
want to respect the religions at the same time.
Yeah, and we're not only going to be talking about Santeria, also Kimbanda and these other Afro-Caribbean and Latin, American religions. They tend to use the Orishas.
Peace to all the Quimbanderos out there.
So yeah, but let's talk about the Yoruba. Basically, yeah, it started from there, and then they came to Cuba, and then different Latin American countries.
Yoruba was huge because they had a lot of ivory, and they were able to live off that, And so that was, I always bring that because we want to talk about realism too. Like how did we know about and people don't realize that they also, besides travelers and people doing that, which is all okay information, but the truth is that they did come to the Americas. They came to the Americas when it was all, black and brown Indians, and they spoke all these languages, and they came to the Americas, and they brought the Orisha. They brought all that stuff, and they were like, and people back then weren't like, what? Your religion? No, my religion is this. They were like, whoa, man, that's interesting, whatever, whatever how they were, but everybody wasn't always fighting or, acting weird, whatever. But what's cool is that the Orisha, is known in the Yoruba something really, really big, and that is the divination of dominoes.
Okay.
And you see how that connects. How would the Yoruba have conquered this thing? Well, because they had a commodity. See, and it helped them. And okay. So, not just that. It was many aspects of who they were and how they lived their life. But that was one thing that was huge, and that's why I'm connecting those things, because of today we play dominoes, we play dice, we play cards. Nobody has an idea that we're using divination tools. These are all divination tools. So.
Definitely. Now, Orisha, it's broken down from two different words: Ori, which means consciousness, and then Sha, which means protector. Is that right?
Absolutely. And when you realize that they are also teaching That's it's called well, they named it quantum biology, because you know what it is. There's quantum physics and there's a cosmology. So that's all, you know, because we're all putting this together. You know what I mean? And so we're trying to find out the truth, and that's why you said something before that made me talk about how all the religions, you know, like are all connected. They're all connected. They have no idea how they're so connected.
We were talking about before this. We were talking about the Kabbalah, and then we were talking about different areas. Like, this is where God exists. This is where the angels. This is where your thoughts and your emotions are, and so forth. And we went off from there, and how it all connects.
Yeah, and so like, and you know what's so crazy is that there's something that it hits me so hard when we find out the truth about really, really a lot of things, you know? Like, why was the word demon created? Why did this thing happen? And there's always a truth. There's always a truth. So I came up with with this because of connecting so many things, right? And so, and I will definitely get back to the Orisha, but this is so, like, it's just so important to know, so people can go, oh shit, wow, no wonder. There's a reason why. There's two weird reasons why of the light and dark, right? And it's so strange how I connect everything. And these things connect, but they don't really connect. It's weird. So it's like, one is a biological thing, and the other is a truth about a happening. So we always wonder why we have, 4 seasons, and we wonder why the world's messed up and things are chaotic, because we lived in a world that would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. The idea of traveling, space travel, was a long, ancient time ago, because the chemistry of things and how things were and how they created these certain things to travel that wouldn't hurt nobody. So they were able to do all these things. And whether it was the Archons, the Arcturians, or whoever the fuck it was, crashes into the North Pole and Argatha, destroying all that magic. And here's, I'll tell you what it was. All the land was on one side. All water was on one side. And I kept always wondering, why is there all this fucking water on the side and I don't see or feel anything about it, until it was this year. And I said, you know what? I know what fucking happened. There was all these beings and beings, right? Nobody said the word monster, nobody said the word demon, but they weren't like had angry faces or anything. They're just like regular. So it would walk out of the water and deal with whatever that humanity was in that ancient time. And all the land was on one side, and all the people were dark-skinned. And when I say that, I'm talking about Russia was compressed onto Africa on the top, and then in the bottom you got all the little islands.
So is this sort of in the era of Pangea? Is it what you're referring to?
Right.
Okay.
And also, if you know in the Bible when it says, "Oh, man sinned, and the Tower of Babel fell, and all the land separated," it says it, and then everyone spoke a different language. No, lie. Something hit the earth.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, where does all the gold come from that they were digging up? Doesn't come from underneath the ground. It came from all over the lands where you walk on it, because we're supposed to walk on gold, and the sun is supposed to hit us, and we're never supposed to get sick. And that's why all the earth had gold all over, and that's where they got the idea of the streets of gold. And then they said the Tower of Babel, and then all this. And by the way, all the people were giant, and the earth was much larger. Dogs, cats, everything. No animal was eating each other. No animal. Every animal was eating nuts, berries, fruits, herbs, vegetables, and all of us were doing the same thing. And we were all of us, we were all doing and living the same way. And here's what happened. Those beings would come out, and the first thought that comes to mind, it's kind of funny, is Beast from X-Men. Because if you look at Beast, right, you go, and you don't get that, whoa. Because he's like big, and he's got teeth, and he looks like a demon, but wait a minute, he looks like a nice guy. Right?
He speaks very, like, very intelligently and friendly.
Right, eloquent.
Right.
And so the thing is that's what was there. And then when the crash came, it was the first thwarting, the first a trauma ever. And it was the largest trauma and largest thwarting ever to hit the earth and all its people and all the beings in the water. Because guess what? What did we talk about? Space travel? It was the beings in the water that taught the beings outside of the water how to travel to space. And they were like, what? We can leave here? They were like, of course, but you can't go out that way. So when the crash happened, that protection over the earth, everything.
Now, when you say the people from the water taught the people in the land how to travel, are you saying that these beings in the water originally came from the stars, from the sky?
Maybe, because the earth was made at one point.
Yeah.
So
it always speaks of, in every religion, in every mainstream religion, it talks about there's the firmament and then there's the waters. And that at one time, that's what just existed, according to a lot of religions.
Well, before as the Anunnaki and the Olmecs were creating us, they mixed with each other, and they were not enemies, and they were in the same place at the same time. Right. And they took all their semen and the dirt and everything that was of the earth because it was pure. And they were like, and their overheads, because we look at them as gods, but we don't realize is they're just workers. And they were workers of something much hugely grand.
Well, it's like if you send okay, let's kind of put that into perspective. So it's like if you have somewhere from another planet saying, well, let's go down to this planet and colonize it, or just check it out, scope it out at first. He's not going to send his most, biggest, most popular, most talented people. He's going to send kind of the workers, like you said, to go scope it out. And then once they get here, and they're like, we're gods. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's what you're talking about, right?
To put it in a more regular perspective, they did send the highest. They sent the calmest, the non-fighting scientists.
Okay.
Of their, right?
Okay.
People that were kind, that were like, had the light, because even out there, there's beings that are like either super or super like, hey, how's it going, So these beings, right, were super highly intelligent, and they come and they land in the center of Africa. They land in all different parts outside of Africa, but it was all together. It wasn't just one landing. They had, because it was a giant fucking all the whole world was together on one side. You see, so now these water beings, right, all different kinds, and so when the crash happened, the earth tilted on its axis. All that land that fell off, a lot of water came off, killed a lot of those beings, and those beings were able to still come out. They lost their essence. Everybody lost their essence. And let me tell you what it was. Not only was there gold walking on the ground, and people were giants, and all the animals were giant, the trees were giant, the plants were giant, the ants are giant, and everything's rich and beautiful. And when the green grew in the soil back then, it glowed green glow. And there is a book out there This book is so hard to find too.
Okay.
Yes. I love this book, and I can't find this person anymore. This person like gone out and all fell off the face of the earth. All right, so this is very, very important for me to tell you the publisher because it's really. Wait a minute. Okay. I always thought this was this famous. I don't know why. I guess I don't know. Oh, I got it from a book from a famous dark sorcery publisher. I can't remember the name right now, but it doesn't say that here. But I ordered it from them, so they were selling. Maybe whatever. So the guy, his name is Scott Hobbs. He's satanic, and the name of the book is Gates of Lucifer.
Gates of Lucifer. Okay.
And the reason why I brought this up with that was saying that is because here there's a Belial ritual, and I'm obsessed with Belial because it's me. It's like everything about it. I was like, whoa, what the heck? And so one day I found out that his name wasn't Belial. They called him some, and the French they marked it because it got lost in time, I guess, or whatever. And so something like Rambofi. And it's an ancient name. And so there is I had this vision, and when it says you're going to see this, I can't believe I saw it. And it was Belial, and he was like huge and muscular, but he was made out of dirt and bark and plants and the earth, and he was huge like that, and he had glowing eyes, and I was like, you're not a demon. And then he showed me all the land. He goes, this is how you're supposed to have the land. And I was like, and it was so funny because he's talking like the way like a father would talk, or maybe a grandfather would talk to you or something like that.
Right.
It's like, look. And I looked, and I saw my sister with a cart of all this stuff, and she had a house on a farm. I was like, what the heck? And then all this greenery. It was glowing. It was green. It was like bright. It was like fluorescent. But,
Interesting.
And that's the same in that book. That's like, because I never was able to follow something where whatever I read exactly happened. It doesn't always happen like that.
So that kind of ties in with you were talking about how everything was shining on the ground. There was gold everywhere.
Right, and when you walk, and at the time, obviously, the essence of the air, the essence of the water, the essence of there's no industrial revolution going on, right? It's super different. And as you can see, they say they send things outside to Mars, or they send things to the moon. If it's true, I guess, it sounds crazy, but it makes everything worse, because we don't have the original protection that we had on the Earth.
Well, when we've sent probes up there to Mars and and these different planets, and they find structures on there. There's supposedly pyramids on Mars.
Absolutely.
Remember when they had that face in the 90s? It came out. It was all over the newspapers, and then they shut it down and just kept it quiet. Where they found a outline of a face on Mars and things like that. You could tell. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that you could tell that there must have been some kind of intelligent, advanced civilization at some point on Mars.
When you think of Mars, you ever think, well, because we know because of witchcraft and everything, learning about the planets and the days and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think that Mars has any type of effect of a positive effect on Earth or humans?
I believe it affects. Yeah, it affects the Earth. It affects.
Good.
Of course.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect answer, because I'm going to tell you now. We're talking about the Risha Ogun.
Okay.
Ogun is associated with the planet Mars for a reason.
Isn't he also associated with Saint Peter as well?
Yes.
Because in the Bible, Saint Peter was kind of a hothead. Okay, so that's why that saint is associated with
Well, it's actually it's funny because he's either a Gemini or a Leo.
I could see that.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, and that's some crazy stuff. And when you brought that up, Peter is my favorite dude in the Bible because Peter's like, don't take no shit, you know.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. He's like, he doesn't overly do anything, but he was so super scientific in his
really
writing.
Straight up, yeah.
If you ever read his writings in the Bible, he's like, where did you get this ideas from? Like, you're fucking from this ancient time, and how the fuck did you think is this a lot of science? He's talk about a lot of sciences, like in the books of Peter, you know. So anyway, the Mars is amazing, and if you ever get a chance to, you understand that Mars has all the attributes of surviving on Earth. Data, finance, education, career, botanical. What's the other botanical chemistry? You know, like medical. You know,
right?
And political. And just as you know, in Santeria, I love Santeria so much. By the way, was because when I first, it was people were telling me about the Orisha. I didn't know nothing about the Orisha. And this dude, my homeboy from Arizona, this brother, he was like, yo, man, you got to see the Orisha, man. The Orisha. I was like, because I only knew European magic.
Right.
I didn't know nothing else. And then all of a sudden, that's when he invited me into this one black magic group. It was all black, and it was called Hecka. It was black and brown, but it was like I learned. That's where I had no idea what the Goetia was. There's like Goetia, and I was like, I'm gonna learn all of them. And this girl's like, no, and they were like trying to scare people. But the one thing I did was I learned about the Orisha, and I learned about this Ogun. I said Ogun. He says, and at the time I was like, messed up in life, and I needed a job, and so Ogun is your job getter, you know. Ogun is a life starter, everything, and to the point where I got so, because I'm super nosy when it comes to things like this, not people, but things like this. I'm like, what? I'm like reading every fucking thing I can to find out about the thing, and to me, a lot of people might disagree, but when you think about Paulo and Zarabanda, when you think about the voodoo and the sorry, I'm trying to remember everything. The how they call the Orisha. In voodoo, they call them the shoot, I forgot the name.
Loa? Are you talking about the Loa?
Yeah, Loa.
Right.
The Loa Ogun is Ogufere.
Okay.
And so I honor all the different stories and different connections of all, because the truth is that they all come together and connect. You know, like Zarabanda. Zarabanda is known but not seen as this green being. Could be alien, right? Because it's the more ancient. It's Paulo. Paulo's more ancient. And so Zarabanda has a chain, and it has all these tools.
Okay.
Like when you just look at the tools, they look like the same exact tools that are in the old school black cauldron for Ogun.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay? And so when you look at Zarabanda, and you look at the ceiling, you're like, oh. And I used to say stuff like, oh, these same people. They would get realize that it's not that they're the same beings, it's that they archetypally connect, or they we used to call them, what was the word we said back then? We used to say the bipartisan spirit.
Right.
And so the bipartisan spirit, and that's what I try to tell, and I would try to talk, and these old Santeria guys would be like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, holy shit, I'm sorry. They would get really pissed.
Right.
I'd be like, no, you don't understand. I'm not trying to down it. I'm not trying to take from it or decrease the power. I'm saying, look how it makes it greater, to the point where I became a priest of Ogun. And check this out. You also got to be careful, because I have to say this. I became a priest of Ogun spirit. Did you know, especially in the state of California, it is legal to the bone legal. Like, to become a priest of Ogun is locked with a licensed state of California. Ba-boom!
That's cool.
That's crazy, right?
That is. It is crazy.
Now, all the other ones are trying to get in with that, but Santeria is in. So when I found out all these things, I said, I got to learn Santeria. And what did I get? I got a book from Whippler and something. It's the only thing that I found out. And I love all the stories of the Orisha, man, because all the beads, I love to make jewelry and beads. And when I first found out about the Orisha, it was because one thing was I used to see people with the Orisha beads, the alekes. And like Oyas is like as multicolored, you know? And you honor your crown chakra energy by wearing that. It goes with you, you know, it blesses you. Like me, I usually have, I don't have it. I have the black and red for Elegua, and the green and black for Ogun. And a lot of energy of Ogun is green and green lit, but the power of his planet is red, the red planet, Mars. Because if you know, in other traditions, not just Yoruba, Lokumi, Santeria, but there's a whole bunch of them. Like this one, there's one in Puerto Rico called Sansista, but then there's another one, and I can't remember what it was called. But in that one in Puerto Rico, the Ogun, his color is red and black, or just red. And so, you know, it changes in different things. And so the reason why I talk about Ogun so much is because Ogun is like the top notch. Like I still do work, you know. I do the work. A long time ago I used to be like, you know, I used to be scared if like somebody had beef or something, and be like, oh my God, Ogun, you know. I don't even think that way anymore, or feel that way, or live that way, or flow that way, you know. These days I'm like,
your perspective has changed over time. Like,
let me get a job, or let me get this, or let me, you know. But I don't do the work a lot, because there's days that I think about the beings. I think about who they are. And I'll be having a conversation with myself and look at something, or something will happen, and I'll say, Ogun, did you see that? You see how that person responded this way? Not having to do a fight, or maybe something like a business deal, and maybe you could tell somebody's lying or something like that, or maybe somebody's full of crap and you're like trying to talk to somebody, you know, like just giving you the rundown. And so I do that. I do that a lot with a lot of the beings, you know. I've never felt the feeling like the other. I have had conversations with people where they talk about magic, all this satanic, Luciferian, this, that, Lucifer,
right,
Baphomet, Pombagita, 666, Santa Muerte, Amdusias, all these beings, right? And then you talk about the African beings. And you know, I have an altar that has nothing to do with this. Is all my family that died, and people that died. So celebrities that died that I feel close to. You know, I don't know why, but when I was a little kid, I used to feel close to Whitney Houston when she died. Oh, dude, I was like one of those old people with the Catholic. I was like, I am in the like, I was like, oh my God. I had like candles and. Well, no, when she died, I think I didn't do that, but it was later on in life that I did do that. I don't know. She's on my thing right
now. Well, let me just mention this. Now, according to Santeria, all people have two santos as their protectors.
Love that.
You know, whether you're a devotee or not, and regardless of where you live in the world, everyone has two. Is that right?
Right. So what happened was one day, right? I'm going to show you the difference of what we're talking about with Orishas and how I was working with this, right?
Right.
One day, right? By the way, I didn't know about the connection of Orisha to astrology the way I knew about connection to Orisha to Goetia. I didn't know that it had the same thing. It took a long time to find that the ones with the Orisha, they're more. By the way, things with the Orisha are way hidden. You have to dig, man, like a fucking crazy nut to get this stuff, right? So anyway, one day I went to this awesome 99-cent store in Santa Ana, California.
Okay.
And I say it was awesome because for 99 cents you can get the same shit at a Botanica, at a metaphysical store where there's a triple the prices of the Botanica.
Right.
Fucking assholes. And so you go to there and it's like, holy shit, you get $50 worth of shit. And so you come home with a fucking big giant fucking box.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like doing all types of shit. I was excited, right? Yeah. I did that. My friend Ruby, she paid me to do a prayer for her family, and with that money, I was like, "Are you serious?" I was so happy. I actually talking about saint. Oh, good. You know, I'm talking about saints. I want to get back to the point that I was making about what you said. So, Ruby gave me $50. I went to the place. I bought all these candles. I've had in mind San Simon. Now, I know we're talking about San Simon is a Guatemalan beer-chugging doctor. He was rich, and he became a spirit, and he protected everybody. And he's about money. He ties into money thing, too, with this. And so I went, and I said, I can't wait. I'm going to get a black candle for San Simon, and we're going to do this thing, and it's going to cleanse. It's going to make everything so awesome. And all of a sudden, I pull out this thing. It was a black and green candle. Because I remember all the candles and the incense and all the shit I bought from this fucking guy for $50. It was good shit. Like shit that you get at a Botanica. And I was like, oh my God. And I know every fucking candle. I am so like anal about my things. I know every fucking little pebble that's in my room. You know that? Like
I believe it, man. I believe it. You know, I've had similar experience. Like, take for instance, I was in a situation one time where I didn't have a lot of money, and I needed a purple candle for a spell and a certain kind of oil, and I needed a lavender candle for something. And I was trying to go online and trying to find a lavender candle for really cheap because I didn't have a lot of money at the time, and I just didn't have the funds for it. And I'm stressing. And then what do I see when I look at my magical supplies? Oh, there's a purple candle. And then I turn my head and, oh, look, there's lavender oil. You know what I mean? Like synchronicities like that. Like certain things when you need at a certain time just happen to pop up. You know what I mean?
Well, thank God, because I'm going to tell you, if it's not for me being so with the energy that I have and being like, no, I have to find out this is the true way, right?
Right.
Let me tell you. So what happened was, I was so excited, and I was like, where's my black San Simon candle? What the fuck, man? And I was like, what happened? And then I had this, it says Ogun, the Orisha. It had black and green, and it had a little, it had this on it.
Oh, okay.
Now, I know exactly what that is. I fucking made it with my bare hands, goddammit. But did I know what that shit was fucking 10 years ago? Hell no. I was sitting in Irvine, California, and I was like, what do I do? And then all of a sudden I was like, I told my friend, that guy, about the Orisha. He goes, bro, he sends me this fucking article. It says, Santeria, Church of the Orisha. Best fucking website if you don't know nothing about Orisha.
It's got all the resources on it, huh?
Oh, and they changed it. They took a lot, because I followed it all the time, and I was like, man, over the years they took out a lot of information that back
Why
then
did they do that?
I'm so glad that I did what I did and learned what I did the night that I did it. Right?
Uh-huh.
So this is what I did. I read in 1 hour, right? I'm laughing because of something that happened. So it's late at night, and it's already, because I came home and I promised my friend that I would clean up and do it, because she took me to the place to get it. I didn't have a car, nothing. I didn't know what it was. I needed it right away. I was, come on, let's go. And we spent all evening, and we ate, and we fucking did this. So by the time I got home, I had no energy and no time to do any magic. But I have no choice because of my situation. So I was like, by the time I was finished with doing everything in the house, it was like 11:30. Check this out. 11:30, I turn on the internet. I turn on the thing that my friend sent me. I read it. It was like, Ogun's numbers are 3 and 7. His colors are black and green. He's from the forest, but he's about data and iron and the police and the hospital. And I was like, so I'm like, okay. It says, if you want to do a ritual, you're gonna need tools, you need a sword, and you need bananas. And the funniest fucking thing, I'm like this, just sitting there staring, going like this. My friend's grandpa was sitting over me going, I got the sword. I was like, first of all, he never even, not that he did anything wrong. He was a 90-year-old man. He can sneak up on me all he wants. He's a sweet old guy that I lived with 10 years ago. And I didn't know. He was excited because I think my friend, the lady, his daughter told him, because when he was young, he was into all of it, but it was very little. But he was so excited to meet me and to be with them. And so, well, not excited, but like he was just like, wow, you're studying this stuff? I used to do this. So it kind of like, you know, a 90-year-old guy, you know, he's going to be like, whoa. So when he was in it, I couldn't believe he read as fast as, I'm a pretty fast reader. And it was a long page. So I'm like, and I read and absorb really fast. So I read it, and that's when he read it, and he said, I got the sword. And I was like, I was laughing so hard because I was like, I didn't even know you was behind me or that you could read that fast, goddamn.
That's
and
cool,
so,
man.
Besides this story, right? We said 2, right? 2 Orishas, right?
You're right.
Am I an Ogun being? Kinda. Is Ogun my crown chakra? No. Why did I talk about Ogun? Because of what you said is true. And it was so weird that I didn't know. I was so mad. I was like, hello, Dumare! Why did you send me Ogun? Ogun is not my crown chakra. My crown chakra? Because I'm not ready for it. When I could learn to stop cursing and stop doing things and stop getting mad and start going crazy all the time, I'm still high energy. I'm an old man, but I'm still high energy. Is Obatala. Obatala and Yemaya are the parents of all the Orisha. So when they say, oh, Orisha, Obatala, you shouldn't really call Obatala or Yemaya Orishas because they're not. Oh, by the way, the story of Oya, I went to a store in Compton that was Orisha, Botanica. I saw it from the moment it said, oh, mira, the statue, Yemaya. And I was so excited, I went to go buy it. I swear to you, Alfredo, the way the Orisha work, right, in your life, I got 3 here that got nothing to do with my archetype. Why? Because it has to do with your life. I go to grab it. I'm telling you, I'm looking at, I love Yemaya, the mermaids, gorgeous, beautiful black woman. And I'm like, I'm running to the counter like a dork. Oh, I want these. And they're like, ha ha. And they're like, they fucking box it up. Get on the fucking bus. I was like,
now,
back to fucking.
You're talking about the statue that you were showing me before we started recording, right? Yeah, go ahead and show the people watch that statue.
I opened the box.
Yeah.
I take the statue out. It's Oya.
Amazing.
And I look at my girlfriend. She looks at me. She looks at the box. So funny. My ex-girlfriend a long time ago. My girlfriend's gonna get. I said, it's a sign. She was a Virgo too. It's a sign. I was like, okay. And that's when I got into Oya. And that's when I got the fact that I said, one of the things that made me also, I started thinking about the astrological connections to the Goetia and Orisha. I said, you know that the power of the Orisha and the power of the Goetia, they're very similar. Because the Orisha and the Goetia are jinn.
Amazing.
So, to go back to the thing.
Yeah, go ahead and show that statue that you were just talking about.
You want to see it
again? Yeah. Show everybody.
You know what I wish I could do? I have a fucking problem. I can't disconnect my goddamn computer. I wish. Oh yeah. You guys can see. Let me see. I'm gonna put this like this, and then I'm gonna do this. It looks like a mess. You can't really tell because it doesn't look like what I'm really trying to show you unless I do this.
Okay, right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
See? That's Ogun,
right.
Elegua, and Oya.
Yeah. Now, Oya is associated with constellation of Libra, right?
So this is how it goes. Now, this is you got to understand how astrology works in the hemispheres, and so wherever you're at is supposed to work. So if I'm off in the land of America or the land of Africa, sorry, but it does work for me. I make it work.
Right.
And that's the same with the Goetia. So here we go. Elegua is Aries, Aquarius, and part of Taurus.
Okay.
Oya, Libra. Ogun, Leo, but Ogun is Gemini and Leo.
Okay.
Oya is just Libra. Oshun, Golden Oshun, Scorpio. Achosi, Sagittarius. Now these are the children of the Orisha. Elegua is the firstborn. Ogun came next. Oshun came next. Osun or Oshun. And then they argue whether Osun was a male. Oshun is a motherfucking female. Accept it. Then after Oshun, so it was Elegua, Ogun, Oshun, and Achosi. Right? Look at that. Look at their life attributes. Elegua is the speaker. Elegua is where on a Monday you light that red and black candle. You light that red candle, and you give him water. The truth is, if you're Spanish, you're lucky. Because if you could cook some Spanish food, Orisha don't give a fuck about nothing. You could feel the energy. They're like, oh yeah, they like it immediately. Like, oh yeah, you could feel it because they say, oh, I like this especially. Oh, this rice is so amazing. You know, you feel the energy. You feel that when you cook. If you're a cook and you work with Orisha, I feel it. I'm a cook, and when I cook, one day, holy shit, it was scary. It was not nothing to laugh at. And I was like, I made this fucking soup, a banquet bowl thing, and I used to have the Orisha on a little table on the lower to the ground, which I'm really supposed to do. And I put the soup down, and when I turned around, you get whoo! But because I was so new to everything, I was so scared, Alfredo. I was like, how's it going? I was like, what are they gonna do? It's just the way they are.
Right.
They could even, by the way, Orisha, they could fucking be assholes if they wanted to, because they're so angelic. They do so much for you. So if they do something a little, like fucking pinch your pinch your cheek or pull your hair. So fucking what? Right? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Cry? You're gonna run out house screaming? A lot of people do that shit, you know? You're not meant for magic. You know, go do something else.
Right. They don't understand that this stuff.
Especially Orisha. One thing about the Orisha. Now, I'm not gonna lie, no human in the world is gonna be like I just said. Because why? Because it is shocking. Like, holy shit. Right? But if you're into it, like you say you are, and you're doing it, you're not, you know, whatever. Another thing helped me is I got my ass kicked when I was a little kid. So when you're older, you're not so, you know, like not every little thing, but little weird things bother me these days. But anyway, so I love the Orisha. I have not 1, 2, 3. I have 100, and they're all over the fucking house. And I love them all. Oshun is a beautiful being. She don't take no shit from nobody. And the first time, you know what's funny? I had the picture too, and I had it on my old phone. I took a picture after I did a ritual for Oshun. I did 2 rituals. I did the ritual where you go to the river, and there's not a lot of home down country rivers in California. It's just the aqueduct and the one little thing we do have. It's like a pond, it's like a lake or something. I forget what it's called. It's nearby.
Right.
More a little going away from LA, the city LA. And I went and you make it's eggplant with oranges and honey and sweet and sugar and maple syrup and all this stuff. And you wrap it up and you leave it in the water. And everything was just, you know. And you don't know with Orishas too. You can't look at a spirit, especially like Goetia Orisha, and go, "Well, it did this thing, so I'm not gonna." You know what I mean? Because look, so all these amazing things were happening for my girl after I did that. And then one lady who was like a old neighbor of mine. I used to a long time. I lived in another city. I did an interview with her on my show one time. The first thing that ever got to her was she said, "I know you're magical. I could feel it because I'm magical too. I read cards." I was like, "Oh shit!" And we were friends for a long time. I lost touch with her, but I was like, I was like, "Hey, what sign are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm Scorpio." I was like, "You are? Oh, go ahead, Oshun." I was like, you should be wearing makeup all the time. You should be wearing nice clothes all the time, you know? And if you tell a woman that, especially a black woman, you will get your face slapped the fuck out. Because you're not meaning it that way. You didn't mean it like, oh, there's something wrong with you, put on makeup. No. Right. It's because of Oshun. Oshun, because there's people that it'll hurt their bodies because it's chemicals. But for some reason, when people do stuff with Oshun, or you do stuff with an Orisha that is your archetypal connection or your hemispheroidal connection, you see how these spirits that you work with, would never affect anybody else the way it affects you. And that's why I said you're so lucky. My favorite fucking black magic spirit of all time, which they wrote a fucking book about, is your crown chakra, Jin Goetia. Malfas. Malfas. And to give you some, yes, I didn't even touch on the dark stuff of the Orisha because it's like, it's where all the black magic got this shit from. You know?
I believe it.
So it's kind of, you got to be careful a little bit. So I will say this. There is like a spirit, like it's like I'm gonna get it. I'll send you the information later, but it's similar to Elegua. So when I showed you the little thing, that's the eshu. It's made out of cement or a coconut with cowrie shells as eyes and mouth.
So when you say eshu, are you talking about the trickster?
Sorry, what?
When you say Eshu, are you talking about the trickster?
Yes, and this is why I was bringing that up about spirits acting this way. Exactly why I was talking about that, because of the fact that the spirits also, when they trust you, this could go this way or it could go a different way. Whether you lived a certain way and how you were connected to this or that as spirits, this has worked out this way for me, because I remember I come from a fear-based mongering home. Right. But it wasn't their fault. They really thought that that's the way. So all this stuff they didn't know. Jesus was like, I'm sure Jesus astral traveled and was like hugging Elegua and Ogun and Oshun, and everybody was like, I love you all. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't want to fucking hear it. No offense to
Yeah, I mean, well, and again, for the people who don't know, we're both Latino, but we both come from a Christian background,
Right. Absolutely.
So we kind of had to look into this again, you know what I mean? And all that stuff that our ancestors may have known and practiced was lost, and we kind of had to look into it again.
Get it back.
Right.
Get it back. And you notice something? The reason this is the one thing about cosmology, which is so beautiful, especially for us people. When you learn magic, there's something about being calm and allowing things to flow. You'll notice you'll never lose it, and it's powerful because it was never meant to be away from us. We're not really learning anything. We're not really gaining anything. What we're doing is we're opening up the little doors of our DNA and our spinal cord, and we're going, let it air out. Oh, let everything. Holy shit, we're back to being magical with that information, because that information goes in our DNA.
Yeah, I believe that, certain life experiences in certain way, maybe certain abilities, certain talents from your ancestors can be carried on in your DNA and then unlocked.
Oh, right. And that's why I love to talk about ancient Guatemalans, because ancient Guatemalans, holy crap. When I was like, I come from light. There's no dark magic in my blood. Holy shit. When you start learning about the Central American shit, boy, you start going like this. I like my stuff.
And I can relate. I can relate because, I'm Mexican, and the little bit of Aztec magic that I've done, just so powerful, you know what I mean? Like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, results right away. So that's why, just like we were talking about.
So you couldn't see. Oh, yeah. By the way, the Chaibala is another jinn. The Chaibala is our fucking jinn. Kamazots. The Kamazots is the story of the Batman, where these fucking Hollywood motherfuckers got the idea from.
The bat deity, yeah.
Now, where is it really from? As you know, things change. Chaibala is a giant bat, muscular, will fuck somebody up, or they had skinny ones that people like, and they would fucking put you right on fire, be like a dragon. Fire out of their mouth, out of their eyes, or something like that.
Right. And
so they had a connection, and the Chaibala is between the Aztec and the Mayan. Both blood. You know what? I have the. Remember the book? My book that weighs 8,000 pounds. It's in there.
Oh, the one that you showed that, I don't know if it was last time or the video before, but yeah.
Oh, this. Holy shit! Help me! No. Oh, fuck. This thing is hard to find those pictures when I want to, because I'm like, this thing is so big that if I was to put it down, it would crush the computer. This is the representation of Kabbalistic cosmology.
Okay.
Now it connects to our body. I'm just showing you because of the human body.
Right. Okay.
You ever see this?
Yeah, I've seen that before somewhere.
Yeah, this is the Secret Teachings of All Ages.
Yeah.
By Manly Palmer Hall. Now there's a, and it says it too. I just can't remember where the frig it is. But I'm gonna put this. Oh, put this down for a second. Holy Christ! I need to start working out. This is really interesting. Oh, and here it explains about the water beings too, which is really interesting. I hope I find it fast. I was looking for pictures before. I love these pictures, man. It has a picture of the jinn. Take a guy. Oh, King Solomon. Talking about jinn before King Solomon. And it has a picture of the jinn running away. This is pretty cool. I'm trying to get to that one picture. Holy shit. Now this is definitely like satanic and.
Okay.
Remember that picture?
Yeah.
The guy standing in the circle with the little demon.
It's
just funny. You know what that little demon looks like? From the cartoon of Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons. I never got into that.
It was an old thing, but it's in here. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. So the Chaibala is the giant bat, and that's a jinn too. But that's our thing, That's what
I'm sure that a lot of the stuff that we see in the media, different characters that are on different shows and movies, I'm sure they all have origins, in the spiritual stuff we're talking about. With the jinn, with the Orishas, I'm sure there's all a connection. I'm sure the people who are putting that information out are aware of that as well. I'm sure that's where they get a lot of their ideas from.
Probably. I hope so. Because it brings the world together more.
Yeah.
I know we're very much connected. So I wanted to say, San Simone, one of San Simone's stories, said that he did say, because he said he was Christian, but also like he would also have this little table and was always in a room, and there's a bat. A bat was like a dead bat, but it was hanging as like the Diomfo, or how do you say like on his altar, it was like the main thing.
Right.
And underneath, I think he had a little cross, but that was his thing. So I think San Simon knew about the Chaibala. I don't know if he knew that it was a jinn, but I'm pretty sure the whole reason for him to do magic to something like that.
Well, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I don't really believe in coincidence, so yeah.
But Obatala is the white king of the white cloth, and he is about purity, calmness. The one thing I love about knowing that Obatala is a Virgo, you know why I know this stuff is true about it being connected like that. Yemaya is a Cancer. Obatala is a Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
I said all the Orishas, right? I didn't say all of them, but
I don't think so. Well, first of all,
not all of them. I said all the main warriors, the main.
Right, because it is true that like a lot of people will say, especially in Santeria, that there's 20 Orishas or there's this many Orishas, but really not everyone can agree on how many there are. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we only know the ones we know is because of the energy of the populace. What archetypal energy is succeeding. That's what we saw. Mm-hmm. So in the time that we're learning about the Orisha, we're learning about, by the way, Orunmila, the one who has the fluorescent or lime green and yellow beads.
Yeah.
He is not only is he an Orisha, and connection is the Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting.
Capricorn, and his planet is Saturn. And here's something else. Aside from Santeria, there's Ifa. And there's a couple other ones that Ifa is very more angelic or holier in a way. And so they don't deal with all the heavy stuff in Santeria. It's like the opposite. But right. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so in Ifa, Orunmila is the head, the big, obviously they know the parents of the Orisha, but they use because he is the psychic. Mm-hmm. If you look at his he has a tablet of wood, a special tablet. I forget the special wood that it's made out of, and the sand. And he puts the sand and he marks it with his fingers, these lines. But before he does it, he prays and he gives oko. Oko is like little pieces of I forget. It's like cocoa bark, but it's something different. And I to put it in my mouth once, it was so bitter. I was like, ugh. And he's like, and I went to an E5 and they were like, because you don't know you're supposed to bring these things and you don't even know where to get the shit, right? So I'm like, I didn't have. He's like, and this guy gave me a handful of all these offerings, and you put the offerings on the ground. I was like, on the ground, on the rug, and I'm like, not even like on a anything, but it's true. You put it like that, and the spirits take it. They take the essence. But anyway, so yeah, that is the thing of the Orisha and all the different cultures. Lukumi, I think, was one of the people who they're in their studies, and they don't publish it. In fact, a lot of Orisha traditions do not publish the connection to astrological points. Mm-hmm. So, but Lukumi was probably, I think you found that they were the first people to really come out and say it about African cosmology or cosmology, whatever. Right. And so it connects to your body, and then because of your birth time and everything, and that's why you look at these Orisha and they say this is from this one. I'm going to send you it. Okay. So you can see, because I forget because I wanted to talk more about Babalu Aye, but I can't remember the astrological connection.
That's fine. I
think Babalu Aye is also a Sagittarius.
Okay.
I'm not sure because Libras, Sagittariuses, Virgos, and Leos are all doctors, like medical doctor, herbalist, this healing.
I can see them going in that direction.
Yeah. But also Capricorn is a doctor too. So I think he could be Babalu Aye could be I don't know. I got to find out. But anyway, I have all these stuff. I want to send it to you.
Yeah, you had mentioned about Eshu, the trickster. Now let's talk a bit about Eshu. So Eshu, I guess Olodumare somehow uses or works with Eshu for certain, so the story of how everybody got variety. So you have Eshu, who had made variety of people, before, everyone was the same, you know what I mean? And then he put a hat on that was red on one side and black on the other, and then everyone was arguing because he was walking in between everybody. Everyone was arguing about what they saw in their perspective, and then through that, everybody's differences came about. Are you familiar with that story? And
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the ancient, where it came from was that is all the Eshus are many. There's 9 of them.
Okay.
But there's more than that. But there's 9 main archetypal roads, and so one of them is Olona, which is my Eshu, or Elegua to be exact. Mm-hmm. So they associate the both, and they say they're the both because of this story. So the prince of the king and queen, Elegua, was a little boy. He didn't even realize he was a prince. He knew it, but he didn't, put it all together. And they lived in the kingdom of Nigeria, and all of his family, and everything was beautiful, and they had lush gardens, and everything was perfect. Okay. And a big, huge land and a courtyard, and they had all the people in the army and everything. And, they started to have trouble politically in the lands, and there was armies gathering. They knew that somehow they didn't want it to come to it, but eventually war comes for all the reasons. Resources, political, all that. And so he said, well, what are we going to do? And he goes, well, Elegua, your birth was a prophecy, so you better come up with something. They were like, and he was like, he didn't know nothing. He didn't know what the hell. So he went to the forest and he meditated and he prayed and he was like, what do we do? What am I going to do? And a coconut hit him on the head. And he picked it up and it hit the ground with the sand and everything. And he picked it up and it had shells on its face. See?
Oh, okay, okay.
But he was like, because it was a smile, he was like, maybe he said it in a different way, but he said something like, God loves me, or God is here for me, or I'm going to get saved, or this is good luck. So he grabbed it. And maybe it didn't look exactly like that, but he grabbed it, he took it home. He said, look, and he was going to tell his family, there's a good sign. Not only was it a sign, but it was the exact moment of the power of, if you want to call it the universe, God, Nuit, Hadith. Well, Hadith is Earth. So he went in his house, and there started to be little tremors. And so a couple days passed, and he was scared, and everybody stopped being scared. And so he grabbed the Eshu. He goes, help us. Mm-hmm. And the Eshu's eyes turned to light. And this kid was so fucking scared that he threw the fucking thing, and it fell behind the door in the temple where they lived. They lived in a giant mansion in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And it lit up the whole house. It lit everything up. And the whole kingdom crumbled. And everyone died except Elegua. And it's sad because that was his trauma. But at the same time, in the end, when they say the blessing was the fact that it spared his life, the universe or something was there with the coconut. And everything around it except the coconut and him was destroyed. So he went on, I'm sure he was like probably crying or something, little kid, little fucking kid. Mm. And then he grew up, he was strong, and he became the Orisha. You know, and that's a story of that. And when he left and he went walking, every piece of cloth, because he was naked, and he kept putting pieces of cloth on him, was black and red pieces of cloth. So he would put them together with stuff, with little pieces of sap and the fucking wood in the forest, until he was like, I have half of black, or he had black and red all over, whatever, however it was. That's something about that, you know? And so maybe the truth is that it wasn't that. Maybe they were leaves, and they were leaves that were black and leaves that had blood on it.
Okay. I like
and
that
so
perspective.
He was walking, and then he was like, these are my colors. And that's how, because why are we wearing black and red for him and for the Eshu? You know? And why are the Goetia in the Spanish traditions, they know Goetia too, they don't talk about it. Why are they called Eshu? Mm-hmm. You know, Exu, EXU, is Eshu.
Okay.
They're the Exu. In Kimbanda, they're the Exu, but they say Eshu.
Now, would you say that story is similar among the different Latin American religions? You know, not just Santeria, but
because the fact that I'm trying to get it to you from an African perspective of its base, right. But the fact that I picked up that book from Gene and Whippler, Gene and Whippler, right. And if you look them up, that is the best book to find for Santeria. When I learned Santeria, I'm not technically wasn't learning it from an African perspective. I was learning it from a Cuban perspective. Mm. And then Puerto Rican and all the other Spanish traditions, they follow and they learn and they get it right, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it's important. And then the one thing that shocked me was when I found out about its legal status in California. And I was like, what? He's like, do you have a permit to do these things? You know, this one guy was asked, and he was like, a permit? He's like, yeah. And the guy was like, don't be afraid. Here, let me tell you, I'm part of Santeria, but I'm an official of the government of California, and I'm not going to let you get a fine. So you have to sign up. And he's like, and then, you know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Masonic connection too. Has a Masonic connection. Yeah. Yeah. And that is the help of the state. So even the Archon helps. So, you know. So anyway,
go ahead.
That's just for Santeria.
Mm.
And Palo has been trying to get in. I think Palo did get their licensing, but because it's very important, because they were the first ones to talk about it. So it's kind of unfair that Santeria got theirs first, or it's just because Santeria is so loved. It's easy to learn. That's what happened. That's why it blew up.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Olodumare, who is the high god.
The god.
Yeah, the source. He is omnipotent. He is the source. He is all-knowing, but he could also be good and evil.
Or they say she.
A lot of people.
They say she, too.
Or you know, yeah, not any particular gender. But Olodumare did not create the world and universe. He called on the help of the Orishas. Would you agree with that?
Say that one more time.
So Olodumare did not create the world and universe alone. He had called on the help of the Orishas.
Oh, and see, that's why. That is something.
That's how the differences between that and Christianity. I think is very interesting.
Yeah, that's. Well, see, this is where you get all the light from. People I wish the people in light religions would open their eyes and see this, so they'd understand, and there wouldn't be no division. You know,
right?
That's the thing, because that's the originator. You know, You're gonna take from the originator and then say you're bad. That's nuts. It's nuts. It's not science. You know,
right? But yeah, I just wanted to mention that on how it's interesting how that differs from mainstream Christianity on the different perspectives of creation. Now,
did you ever hear the creation of? I remember I was telling you that if I ever got a chance, we got a chance to talk about, and I don't mean to change something, but talking about creation, Tiamat, and the book of Tiamat, and that whole dark.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the big wheel? There's a thing. It's black. And it has a wheel, and it has all the Ushungalu, all the spirits of Tiamat, you know?
Okay, no, I wasn't aware of that.
That's the dark, woo, that's super dark stuff. and the thing is, it's so funny. When you start to realize they also have a connection too, but you're not supposed to say it's astrological. It's definitely archetypal. And so when I was like, which is mine? Which is mine? And I was like, man, I can't wait. I know mine's going to be a super dark killer. It's going to fucking be able to cause wreck in several states at once. You know? Like something so gigantic, right? And you know what? It is his big spirit. And guess what it is? It is maybe one of the only, or very rare, of the Wheel of Tiamat, because they're very dark. It's this one that is light and heals. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! So
whoa.
Where I go, look, see, I went to. Look. I said, what did I say? I said more than 10 years ago. I asked the voodoo lady. I said, "Oh, Luaz." I was like, "It connects to you?" Like, I was like, "Yeah, you got to find out which one's yours." I said, "Which one's mine?" She said, and she didn't ask me any questions. She prayed and she goes, "Dambala." I said, Dambala. And from that point, there was so many connections to my life this day. Dambala is similar to Obatala, the white cloth, white, and then Obatala is pure, but is a Obat and what was the one I said? Dambala are pure. They're pure white, like white light, but they're ass whippers too. Like or like Obatala's a ninja, and so is Dambala's. You don't want to fuck. Dambala's a giant fucking white cobra snake, maybe not a cobra, but a giant headed snake. So it looks like a cobra. But anyway, all these connections.
Speaking of white, would you agree that in Santeria people wear white because of its association with death and rebirth?
Not only that, yes, and the thing is because there's a rule, and I actually am backed. It's so funny how Islam and all these things connect. If you notice in Palo, they wear hats like this, and they say, instead of saying Assalamu alaikum, um, they say something malaikum, and it's so similar.
You know what? That reminds me of the fact that at one time Saudi Arabia did rule Spain for a long ass time, and I'm sure there was some influence there.
But
you know what
the
I mean?
thing is
And then
that,
when the Spanish came to the Americas, they probably brought that influence, and then that might be the connection.
and the colonizing is true too. Two connections too, because of Goetia being so like. If you didn't know this, Spain is the. I don't mean to say it, but to the Goetia, they love Goetia. Goetia's everything. Everything you learn. Look at all this. Look at all the names: Marcosias, Barbatos. Who is going to be like, those are not Spanish names? Because somebody did do that, and the girl's like, what are you, stupid? Those are not Spanish names. I was like, shut the fuck up. We were in this European Goetia group, and the guy was like, get the fuck, because he got mad because I said Sarava Exu. He says, what the fuck is that shit? I said, oh, well, he said, all the names of Goetia are Spanish. He goes, no, they're not. So I was like, Barbatos, Marcosias. What? You want me to go on? Belial, all these names, those are Spanish. He's like, no. And then you find out that England borrowed Goetia. They don't own Goetia. They borrowed that shit. And Spain, all of a sudden, why? Oh, I never told you this. I don't even do it. I don't know why. When it comes to the Orisha, I talk Spanish. I don't do anything in English. Mm. When it comes to Goetia, I do it in English. But there's times when I do it in Spanish and I do a ritual, the whole room goes shh.
You know what? I'm gonna try that next time I do Goetic magic. I want to try it in Spanish and see what happens.
Do you try any other witchcraft deities, like Spanish ones, like Santa Muerte or San Simon?
I can't say that I'm no, I can't say that.
Well, they're all black magic.
I'm just rediscovering the,
all that it's stuff. All black magic too. So if you ever tried to do, like, for instance, San Simon is money, Santa Muerta is pure protection, like the hardest core protection. I've always been I had a thing where I wasn't raised by too many males. I was raised by a lot of females. Right. So I had a connection to that spirit, like loving spirit, And so when I think about a lot of like females that are like super powerful. Mm-hmm. And Santa Muerte is, she is like up there with, like, when you say, oh, this one's, yeah, that is definitely, she's a ninja, spiritual ninja, and she don't be doing things fast. She does too, but she watches everything. She's quiet. Santa Muerte is almost like that perfect internal security spirit that you don't have to constantly give offerings to do nothing with. Because if you do it a few times and you're like, and you honor her, you make her the top girl of your girls. I got males, I got females, and I got all the everything, all mix of everything. Mm-hmm. And she's always got this thing on you, like this, like, there was like the times things happened outside, I couldn't even believe it. I told my girl, she was like, Jesus Christ. And I just had a feeling, it's like all these spirits, but sometimes I think about her,
Mm-hmm. So, right.
She's
now let's talk a bit. I wanted to mention about Chango. Okay. So now Chango, Santo of Thunder, very popular in Cuba. Now Santo is associated with is it Santa Barbara?
Yes.
Santa Barbara. Yeah. Now it might be a little strange that Chango
is illegal.
Linked to a female Catholic saint, but the reason why is because would you agree that in one of the old stories about Chang'o, he had to dress up as a woman, running away from an enemy who wanted to kill him, and that's why there's that association. Would you agree with that?
That could be a thing, but I don't think that's the main reason of that. The main reason of that is
what would you say is the main reason? Why?
Well, first of all, he associates with either a Gemini or a Leo, or both. Okay. Just like Ogun. But he's more of a Leo. And the Leos tend to be, like I said, this thing about like they care about their mothers. So he's always been he cares. Look, he's in love with women. He would never hurt a woman. Whoever said anything like, oh, Chang'o beats his women, that's a fucking lie. Don't ever listen to that. Chang'o would never put his hands on a woman. He's a perfect, awesome. Now Chang'o is not an Orisha that I would. If you notice, I didn't even bring him up because I respect Chang'o. Are you ready for this one? Okay, you're not gonna fucking believe this shit. You're gonna be like, you're making this shit up, bro. When I was 14 years old, I was a born again Christian to the bone. But I was a happy kid. I was, it was cool. I wasn't, whatever. And so we went to church, and my family invited this girl, was a friend of one of the young girls, my thing, and she was like older than me, or maybe a year or two. And she's always like talking to me, being nice. I didn't even not look at her or look at her that way because maybe I was young. I wasn't super into that right away, I was all right, whatever, And one day she says, come to my house. She lived in the projects. I was like, cool. We were all hanging out. And then she was like, oh, come inside and I'm gonna make something. And her mother is like, or her grandmother is like, oh, you can't have company too late, okay? And I was like, oh, okay, sorry. She goes, no, it's okay. You can stay for a little bit, but don't I don't want too late because you both got to go to school. I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
And we went into her room. And even though I wasn't like that, I'm a male, so right away in my mind, like, shit,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And and it did get a little like you're young, and she was stacked to the bone. By God,
she was fine.
She was a beautiful Puerto Rican girl.
Yeah.
And she was talking, right? I had nothing in my mind about anything but this moment. So I'm the only thing that comes to my mind is, damn, I wish I had an OE. And so I'm like, OE 800.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh man, I wish I had it right now. And then she's like, oh no, you don't. And then she was in the nose. She goes, you want to see something? She was like, I've been learning how to do this magic like a skier. Immediately, like nothing was cool. I was like, what? And she leans forward like a skier all the way down.
Okay.
And she looked up at me and she was like, and I was like, and her eyes turned black.
Oh.
In an instant, the scene was this. Oh, yeah, I like this one song, and here's a sandwich my mother made, and I'm going, the sandwich, she put on the song, and I'm going, and I was like, what just happened? What are you talking? Right? I'm sitting there, right?
Yeah.
So I totally forgot about it. A month goes by, right? We're inside the church, and we're doing a song called "The Blood of Jesus." And I need to laugh. Oh man, it's just what happened was so fucked up. And all of a sudden, right? And she runs headfirst into the fucking cement wall. So then all this fucking investigation happened. The cops came. It was a fucking big, escándalo in the fucking church.
Yeah.
And the first thing that happens was her mother talks to my family and says, "Oh, I know what it is." She goes, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "I know what's going on." She goes, what's going on?" Well, they knew it was an evil. What the fuck, evil spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now today I go, was it or wasn't it? Because she goes, "Let me tell you a story. When she was little, she went to Puerto Rico. Remember how I said Shango's the only one that you can't take, like Ogun, San Simon, the spirits? They want you to take their, you know how much shit I put on my altar? And I be getting mad because I don't have no food out here to eat no more. But back in the day, I used to put chocolates, oranges, stuff. And I'd walk by, sometimes I wouldn't even thank Ogun. I'd be like, I'd grab a fucking orange off of his thing. I grab a piece of chocolate from Oya, even from El Iguá, and nothing would happen to me.
Okay.
But this guy said, whatever you do, he goes, don't, because I was like, why can't we eat the apples after doing a ritual with Ogun? He goes, those are his apples. And I hate that attitude, but there's things you have to accept.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. And so I was like, I did a lot of stuff with Chango a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear the story and they say, oh, when she was a little girl, she went into her godmother's house, and her godmother had a statue of Ogun and a whole shrine of Ogun. And he had the candy, and she took a candy, and she was like, no. She was like, you weren't supposed to do that. And the weirdest influx of dark energy and just what was that? What was that? The movie, The Possession. What was that movie with the girl?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
The girl, she spins her head around.
Oh, The Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
Right.
It's not too far from that shit. The pastor of the church was a big, huge. He was chubby.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, "Get out of my way!"
Picked him up.
and then in Halloween, I believe that there was a spirit that was playing with the church. It's hard for me to because she said it was that. See how you brought up Chango? There's all these crazy fucking things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's all these stuff. That's why I say even me, I respect Chango. I love to do the Feast of Chango. I always miss it. It's that December. Every time I plan for it. And guess where it is?
Where?
The biggest feast in Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay. Okay, I always see the connection. Okay.
See?
Yeah.
So I respect when Santa Barbara, I said, man, when I found out, I wanted to get a Santa Barbara angel with a sword. That was the best saint statues,
Yeah.
But it's fucking like $8,000. Who the fuck has $8,000? But it will help your life. Yeah, but I don't even have $8.
Right. That's cool, man. That's cool. I like how you told that story and you told the real reason of why it's associated with Santa Barbara.
And I love all the Orishas and respect them. I still I won't have an altar of Ogun of what's it called, because you know the story about Ogun and Shango, right?
No, go ahead and tell it.
They're like bad blood brothers. I think one day Ogun because he caught his mother saying to him, going like this to his brother, "You're so divine. All the women are going to love you forever." But she never said that to him. And so he began to be distant from him. It was his fault. Leos. A Leo, think about it. How a Leo acts.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And guess what? The two Leos, isn't it weird that in Leos, there's in astrology, there's two sides. The latter and the earlier and the latter. You got the 15 days, 15 days. Right? And so you know your own astrology. You know how you have two sides. Sometimes you could be born in a certain part of, if you're super early, you're not really the early, you're a mix of the end of that. You're a mix of that ladder with their earlier.
Right. Right.
So if you're like on the 22nd or on the 21st, you're gonna be that part of that you can't, there's nothing you can do about it, you know? Mm-hmm. Me, I'm early. That's why I got so much fucking Leo in me. That's why I became that connection. You said the two Orishas. I didn't get to know my crown. I didn't get to know the Ori. I didn't get to know the crown Orisha.
Right.
And so you know, I stuck with Santeria for a long time in the Orisha.
Right. Right. Now,
by the way, me connecting these connections, again, I'll say it again because it's tough.
Yeah.
These Babas, these Santos, these Padrinos, and whoever they are, they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like that. They don't like people. They don't like the way I educate the people and talk about things like this because they need to know.
You know what? The truth is the truth. I mean, regardless of what they say or how they feel.
Right. And I love, let me tell you something. That I see so many people in their heart, like I see people's hearts, okay? And I divine, and I get sad when I see people when they come out, speak so awesome. They're not like the way I know things, but I don't know like the way these guys that have been in it since they were little. Come on, that's beautiful. That you're lucky. Any kind of religion, especially the Orisha. If you were an Orisha, like you grew up with it in your family, oh fuck, you're the luckiest motherfucker on the planet. Because you're a kind of person that don't have to do shit. You'd be like, Ogun.
You're just taught like you don't have to do all the digging and all that a lot of other people have to do. But let's go ahead and talk a bit about.
If you're a witch, you'll fucking do it.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Now let's talk about Babalu Aye.
It is my boy.
That's right. He's associated with disease, but also with health as well.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pop up that one I was talking to you about that website because I'm curious as to what the archetypal is. So it's tarot and Orisha.
About Babalu?
Yeah, I want to see his astrological.
Let's look that up.
Because it's a really good it's a WordPress article from a thing. It was called Lukumi. And when I read it, I was like, wow. And when I started talking to Lukumi guys, they were like, they wanted to kill me. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything wrong. Hold on, let me see something. It's in here. I know I'm gonna find it. I just can't. Oh, no, that's not it. There's like all this stuff. Hold on. WordPress. Me. I don't know if I'm spelling it right. Here it is. Oh, nope, that's not it. Son of a bitch. Usually I find it pops up, and I promise I will get it to you because it's I can't believe there are more. Before there was no articles, not one article on the connections of Orisha and the astral. Now there's like 800 articles. I'm like, oh man, I'm trying to get to my article.
Right.
But I promise I'm going to get it for you. Well,
Yeah,
anyway.
definitely. And we'll probably bring it up in a future video as well.
Oh man, I am so curious. I usually find it on
But,
Google.
you know, Babalu, great importance in Cuba because of his association with health and diseases, and people want to stay in good health. But, you know, he's also associated with San Lazaro, the Saint Lazarus, which
I
a lot
love
of people
Saint
know.
Lazarus. Poor Saint Lazarus got tortured.
Which a lot of people know that, you know, Lazarus is someone in the Bible that Jesus resurrected from the dead.
I want to show you, but it's really uncomfortable. It's a little private. I have one of the Saint Lazarus diseases. Oh, it's not a disease; it's a problem. So it's a problem. They made a movie about it, and so when I tell you, I swear people would probably roll their eyes and be like, "Oh." Since all this stuff connects weirdly, right?
Right.
Have you ever heard of the movie Stigmata with the
I
demon
have.
girl? So when you pray a lot, you're always praying. They say you get stigmata formed. I had no idea. I always thought it was crazy, right? And I even talked about it with this kid who was a Christian, and he would sometimes get marks on his body. And I'd be like, holy crap, because he was known as the one kid who prays the most and all the growing up in the iglesia. And so his name was David. He was Egyptian. And he was always like, he prays like fucking like he's like this. He's got strong arms and shit. He's always praying like this. He's like, oh, that kid can fucking pray, you know? And so I was like, wow. And then later on in life, now I have it on my feet, my legs, and my head.
Really?
It's weird.
Now,
so
I have seen the movie Stigmata, but now I want to watch it.
What happens is I can have clear feet, everything's fine, I have nothing wrong. And some type of enzyme and protein gets together in the nerves and the blood. It's really bad. And so what happens is like this it's almost like a steroid that shoots through something in your body, right? And that will have an extra growth. And they call it a hormone growth. But when it's in your blood and nerves, it's bad. Your nerves are not supposed to grow. That'll fuck you up.
Right.
Your whole body get fucked up, and so that's what happens. And it goes to the center of your skin, and it's so heightened, and the blood is so or something. I forget what it is. That there's this maybe like high sodium or high concentrate of some type of enzyme or protein that'll cause it to itch. You'll begin to scratch it, and it bursts open with blood, and then it stops, and it dries up and goes away, and then later on it comes back and the same goddamn thing, and it's fucking. And they say, "Oh, that's stigmata," and I was like, "I thought it was just a fucking movie." So I suffer from things that are not fair. It's really bad. You know.
Interesting.
Right now, I used to get it. That now when they burst open, sometimes it doesn't have to be the whole itching thing and nerve thing. It could be a dry spot, and I go to touch it, and it's like it plucked the piece of skin like a dead piece of skin and plucks, so you don't think about it. All of a sudden, next thing you know, it's fucking blood is gushing. You're like, what the fuck? It could be on my leg. My leg, like the other day, I had a dry piece of skin, and I was like, what the hell's wrong with this? So I kind of like clipped it with the nail, and nothing happened. Yeah. And then all of a sudden later, I had like a buildup. So I was like, so I had to clip it and then clean it, and it fucking just became. It's a horrible thing. Stigmata is no joke.
Yeah.
You know, so that when I go to tell people, I told one person who went, "Oh, come on. I can't take it anymore. You and these stories. No, you don't have stigma. I don't believe it. No. And I'm like, come on, don't act like that. You make me feel I didn't mean to make you think that I'm like this holy person. Oh no, I know. So it's like, it's bad. Stigmata's fucked up, man.
Yeah, sounds fucked up. So,
but at this time, there's parts of the season. I mean, there's times of the year it goes away. It just goes away, you know. But when you get up to like, oh man, it's like itch or scratch, it gets worse, you know. And that's why I have that problem. And it's like, oh, it's a nightmare. I can't wait for it to go away. But it's fucked up talking about, you know, Saint Lazarus.
Yeah,
he had stigmata. You know,
interesting.
I always felt sorry for him. He's like, holy shit, he prays for us all, and he's fucking constantly getting fucking stabbed. That's fucked up, God. Oh my God. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking pray for Saint Lazarus. And so maybe that's what happened. I should have never prayed for Saint Lazarus, and I got fucked up. He was like, you sucker, and he gave me his fucking shit.
Well, I do believe that when you contact and work with a spirit, some of their essence does rub off on you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I joke. You know, I'm an asshole, but I love the spirits. I love this whole thing. You know, magic, and I am a. Believe it or not, people can't understand. They're like, how are you devout to your religion and still? I said, because it's nobody understands that. Nobody understands you. You know, it's like, you know, if I'm doing something wrong, how come God is still answering my prayers? How come I have no problem? How come I've been doing the only thing I you know, people have problems, but again, like maybe it's not a thing. Maybe it's just the way things are working out cosmologically with me, or maybe I'm finally hitting that point in your life where you're doing everything right and things are succeeding in your life, you know? Who cares? But I respect. The reason why I said is because in case people might think, you know, because of my I have an outrageous life. I have extremities, you know. Even you could see even the way I talk and everything. You're 1,000 times more polite and nice than I am. You know what I mean? I'm like, blah, you know, I scream. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was so quiet.
Well, you know, our energies go good together. That's why we can talk for, you know, hours. You know what I mean?
And like one time I was with Knife and Pachuco, and we were on the highway. We were entering the highway. It was quiet as hell, right? And everybody's like, you know, at the end of the night, like, after fucking this and that, you're like, fuck that, I don't give a fuck. Everybody's quiet, and all of a sudden, this fucking pandemonium on the highway. So I stuck my head. I was like, "It's pandemonium!" And I scared the shit out of them. Or no, I didn't scare the shit out. But they were probably like, you know, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up, man. But they just said they were like, they just looked at me.
Well,
we weren't expecting that.
You know, speaking of Lazarus and death and resurrection, you had an experience yourself where you went through some serious stuff and you're recovering from that. You wanted to tell a bit about that story. Go ahead, man.
So Thanksgiving 2023, we were fucking around. I stabbed this turkey, but I kept doing this, but I wasn't paying attention. I was an asshole, and I can't say that we were drunk or high and it was Thanksgiving. I can't even say that. It sucks, man. So I went like this, and I came down, and the look on, you know, I was like, oh, and I was like, bang, too late. The handle came out of the knife, and my wrist came down on the fucking end of the knife.
Oh.
Not only ill, but when I took it off, it was like this look and death. It was all this black shit on the knife.
Okay, you went a little too deep.
So if you look, a bunch of people in a group have the same look and the same thought of like this thought in your mind, like you're gonna die. And it was blood everywhere. I was like, fuck. So I was like, everything's gonna be fine. I cleaned it with peroxide, wrapped it up, and I kept going, nah, I'm gonna be okay. I'm like, hi everybody. One hand. It's like a cushion. Like
Right.
this, look. Like this. Can't fucking stop laughing, bro. It was like, hello. Right? I'm like, holy shit, what's wrong with your hand? You better get to the fucking hospital. What's wrong with you? All right, well, you know. Fuck, man. I fucked myself. I fucked my whole life up. But I feel I'm getting better and better every day, you know?
Yeah.
The last of it is almost gone. The poison is almost gone. I'm still dealing with a lot of, like, digestive, no sleep. And that's part of the thing that happened, you know? But what happened in the beginning was after I did that, I go there. By the way, I'm like almost 300 pounds. So if you've ever heard stories of something bad happening that turned out to something kind of good, you know, which you know, they'll see the pictures.
Yeah, you showed me a picture. You weighed a lot more than you do now.
Yeah, and oh yeah, I'm like, my fucking face is like, I'm like fucking holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop. So what happened was you know, I went to the hospital and they're like, well, sir, you have sepsis, but we can't do anything about it right now. We have to just sit here and watch, but that's really bad because we can't just sit here and watch because we're stuck between a rock and a hard place because you have diabetes. Your diabetes is feeding the sepsis. We don't know what to tell you. Like, you have to, you know, do something. And I was like, but they didn't really say you have to do something. They're like, I'm like, you're a fucking doctor. You're not going to tell me? I fucking ran out of there.
What a rip off of a doctor. Well, you got to do something.
I ran out of there. I ran home. I was supposed to stay there and be all connected to all these fucking machines.
Yeah.
So the first thing I did was fucking wrap my fucking hand up. And fucking, well, I already had it wrapped up from all their emergency shit. So I was glad. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to go back to the hospital. But I cleaned my whole fucking house, everything, this whole thing. I fucking cleaned everything. And I went online and he says, like, how do you destroy diabetes? It said, this is a story where most people don't do it. It says you have to eat greens and drink water for a very long time. And I was like, I was a triple cheeseburger guy a day.
Wow.
And a fucking beer and fucking broad fucking kill somebody.
Right. Now you got to eat your greens and drink water. Big
My life
change.
changed so much. And I'm going to tell you the rest of the in-between part, but my life changed so much. I have to, because of what happened to me, because of the things now, and I'm learning so much science about my, fuck the remedial information online of what's a vegan, what's this, right? So I asked, I said, what, you know, that means greens, so that means you're like a vegan. Like, oh no, you're higher than a vegan. And I was like, because vegans today are fucking disease throwers. I can't have animals, so I'm going to have this enriching sugar-fied sugar. That's what vegan food is. You know, it's not okay to not be able to eat a tortilla or a slice of bread. I now cannot eat a slice of bread toasted with butter and enjoy it with my coffee, or a tortilla, or beans the way I wanted to. Because why? Because those things are not animals. So a person with my situation goes, holy shit, I can have this. Biggest
That's
mistake
rough, man. No tortillas. That's rough.
I fucking poisoned myself a little bit more. And I had to start all over again. I went from feeling like I was in a microwave February. I came out of the Careless facility in Oxnard. I'm sorry I have to say that because I fucking hate them. And so I came out of there, it was February, and I was like, fucked up. Because remember when I said the doctors, it was like right before Christmas, and they were like, oh, we got to tell you something. This is a life thing, you know, you got to decide. And I was not into God at all. Right? And so I usually have help in my life because of technology. A phone. Call people, hey, I got to tell you something. This is a fucking emergency. These people came up to me. I'm in fucking, in the hospital, like, listen, you did a good job by going home and researching. You became this emergency vegan. You kicked diabetes' ass.
Right.
But here's the thing. You waited a couple of days and that poison spread all over your body. And I was like, what? And she goes, it's around your heart. She goes, we have to stick this PICC line. It's going to go in your arm and it's going to go to your heart. We need your signature. Yes or no? I said, wait a minute. And I was so fucking scared. But I was like, because the first thing I thought, I was like, holy shit, I could fucking die. So I call my lawyer. I call my girlfriend. I call my sister. I call Mom Dukes. All my best friends. Nobody. Nothing. And the strangest fucking thing, right? You get messages. If you're on an app, you get messages from those who you are friends with. That's it. You could get messages from other people too. It happens sometimes. So you decline it or whatever, right? But this wasn't a message from a friend, and it wasn't able to decline. It was a message from Instagram. And the fucking Grinch is dancing, going, only God can do it. Only God can do it. I would laugh. We're laughing, but I didn't fucking laugh. In fact, I wasn't like, oh, I was like, what the fuck? I was pissed. Because like, why is Instagram sending me God shit? I'm about to die. What the fuck? And that's when it was like, what the fuck? Only God can do. I was like, no. And I fucking had kind of a luxury room in beautiful Cedars-Sinai, Los Angeles hospital. So I walked all to the giant fucking living room that I had there. It's like a giant fucking couch with a giant. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know I could have a fucking room like this. Yeah. So I was sitting there, I was like, staring at the stars. And I was like, I just said, all right, God, if you're real, I'll believe in you. But I was embarrassed. It's like, this is ridiculous. There's no such thing as God. It's you, motherfucker. But I don't know. And something was like, and I wasn't even trying to call no old Christian people up or friends or fucking pastor, nothing like that. Nobody. Even my kids that are Christian, I wasn't even trying to be like, listen, we got to talk about this. No, not about that. I was in the middle of signing a paper for my life. And I was like, fine. I was like, God, please. It fucking was right to sleep with that shit, whatever. What is it, that thing? What? I don't fucking. Oh, you know what? No. What am I talking about? There was no. That's another thing. It was so calm and easy that they said, you don't need. I was like, but you're putting this to my heart. He goes, yeah, but don't get all, it's not what you think. I was like, yeah, it is what I think. I got to be put out. And he goes, no, actually, you being awake is much better for this procedure. Because what if something happens, Mm-hmm. She was like, it'll be worse. Trust me. I was like, oh my God, that made me, when I get really nervous about things in science, even though I don't care if somebody explains to me, because I'm smart enough to understand, when I hear something like, you're going to put a PICC line, it's going to go to my heart. What the fuck? Of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm from the fucking 80s, or 70s, whatever, 80s. So I don't care about technology. I care about my fucking life. So I wasn't trying to be like, okay, I'll trust you. No, I was fucked up. I was like, holy shit. And that's when I was like, yo, God, you better fucking help me. I was like, please, I was really, that's when I was like, oh, and I can't even tell you, I can't even remember it. I can't even fucking remember, because in my mind, I thought I had anesthesia, but then I thought, oh, that was one of the reasons I was upset, because there was no anesthesia. It was like a thing, don't worry. And I was like, oh, I remember now. Yeah, I could remember being nervous and the nurse going, don't worry, calm down. It's all right. It was over, and it was a pit. It's just a super long IV. But in my mind, you're fucking putting it to my heart. Holy shit, right? Anyway, so I finally got over it, and I was okay. It's just that's when later on all these little Arabic things started popping up, and I was like, no way. And I was like, because I had it before, I wasn't doing it. I was just like, oh, I respect this abuse. Always loved Islam, and I always was like, oh, it's cool, but I wasn't serious about it at all. I wasn't, into it. I didn't know. In fact, when I heard that you had to do a certain cleansing ritual just to read the Quran, was exciting, but at the same time scary, because I was like, oh shit, I want to read the Quran, but I don't know how to do that thing, and if I fuck it up, oh man, if something bad's gonna happen. See, so I never got serious about it, so I was scared. But then after being involved and seeing all these things, it was just a thing that led up to that, because I was very scared. They told me, they said, look, you need to be placed in a facility so that way because this PICC line is an 8-week super antibiotic prog. And I was like, fine. Or she was like, we need to come to your house, and I was like, you ain't fucking coming to my house. Fuck that. I was like, the facility it goes, but that was a big mistake. It was a big mistake, because these people, I come in there with a PICC line, I'm fucking getting healed, and this asshole touches the PICC line while it's in my arm. You're not supposed to do that. And I was like, the next thing you know, all my whole body, my face, everything had all these spots. And even the people in the fucking the president of the place was like, he was like, oh my God, he's like, I think something might happen. And I was like, he was fucking scared. He thought I was gonna die. I was so upset, man. I was fucking pissed. I wanted to kill these people, And so then I had an emergency. We went to St. John's, and they said, you were supposed to get this out a long time ago. All you got to do is communicate with the nurses and tell them how you feel, and they know when it's time for you to get this off, or they're supposed to know. And they never really had that before. But I don't care, because they should have known. And I kept saying, hey, I'm getting like this feeling of this, or look, my hand, my arm, I was getting the stigmata was like, oh shit, was bad. And they were like, oh, you have, they should have said, oh my God, you have an overload of proteins, of antibiotics, time to stop. Mm-hmm. And they didn't. And that's when everything got reinfected, and I was sick again. And I went home, and it felt like I was in a microwave. My body temperature dropped. Imagine being somewhere and it was 78 degrees, right? In California. Guess what? I could not be in a room unless it was 78 degrees, because I'd start going, holy shit, I'm fucking cold. Yeah. And then my eyes were fucking always like this, and then I'm always like, holy shit, I'm so fucking hungry. I had fucking feces in me that didn't want to come out. But this is from all that shit. So now I'm healing little by little, but it's tough. And little by little, everything's going away. And stress doesn't help. So it's just like, it's hard, But I am at a point where I know that somebody, I've been seeing all these things spiritually. They're saying like, oh, when something good is about to happen, because all this horrendous shit goes on all around you. And you're like, what the fuck? But my health is getting better. I'm 170 pounds. I was 275 pounds. Yeah. I'm grateful. I have a better attitude in life. I'm wearing clothes that fit me loose that I couldn't even fucking button the first button on.
Yeah, you look completely different from when.
Yeah.
Picture you.
So I'm like grateful. I don't eat any animals, but god damn it, I'm not gonna lie, man. Lately, I'm so mad. I'm having an attitude. Maybe because of the retrograde, but I've been having an attitude, and I'll try to like my girlfriend. She's like sitting there. She's like, what can she? She's like, what can we do? You're gonna fucking. You can't even You can't even lick butter, or you'll die. You'll fucking die. So stop. Calm down. You gotta fucking eat and just be quiet. So I fast 12 hours a day. I eat one salad, and then I wait the next day, and I take this medicine that helps me flush, and I fast again, and then I get so hungry, and I sneak the bread. I sneaked bread the other, like, a couple hours ago, and my body went, boom, holy shit, I'm alive. But now I gotta take a whole bunch of teas that most people are like, I hate that shit. Yeah, I hate it too. But in order so I don't die, that's what it's tough, man. It's hard. I kept having these things where I wrote a little poem. I said, I think it's hilarious. I want you to let me read it. It's about like my frustrations of not being able to eat. Right? So
yeah, go ahead.
Check this out. This shit is so funny. Oh man, I know you're gonna laugh. This shit is real funny, man. So I can't eat any beef. I can't eat pork. I can't eat chicken. I can't eat fish. I can't eat eggs. I can't eat cheese. I can't eat butter. I can't drink
tacos, man.
Right. So if I had a taco, it'd have to be beans, cheese, lettuce, right?
No tamales.
Even that, I gotta be careful, and I can't have too much of it. I can have a few bites of it, and that's it. But check this out. This shit is real funny. So I wrote this poem, kind of like Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
Right? It goes like this. It goes, I could not eat it with meat. I could not eat it at that bad seat. I could not eat it with bread, or soon I will be eating with the dead. I could not eat it with pasta. No, I could not eat it with Richie Bamba, because he tried to kill me with a beef taco after telling him I would die tomorrow. No more coffee, no more looks. Into the mine where you know who'll be hanging out. The salami sandwiches and chefs and steak mac and cheese cooks. No more. Goodbye, midnight kitchen rider. Not even a cracker or slice of sourdough killer. I have finally reached a true rabbit mode. China was right about the stars.
So, oh man,
that's
a very visual expression of your pain, man.
And talking about the Orisha, we always read their stories, and they suffered a lot. And it's like, oh man, no wonder. So weird, but we come to a point where we don't suffer. So,
right.
Thank God.
Right. Well, Chris, I've enjoyed this talk. It's been a lot of fun. We've gone 2 hours. We got a 2-hour video going. So
awesome.
It's a lot of good information.
Sorry about the lighting. I tried.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I could still see you. But yeah, everyone who's watching, make sure you check the links below in the video description. You can go to Chris's YouTube, go to his Instagram page, all his social media stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone who's watching, make sure you like and subscribe to Dark Sorcery.
Awesome.